everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video I'm going to be showing you how to make these hand painted tote bags. So for the first design I was really inspired by the Instagram account Katherine Plumb, which I'll link below. She does these gorgeous screen printed checkered cushions, and checkers are quite a big part of her designs. So I really wanted to do like a warped checkered effect for the first design and paint flowers on top of that. So as you can see, I've created a border using masking tape just so the paint won't smudge everywhere, and I draw on these sort of random lines to create kind of a warped checkered effect. Before you paint anything on your bag, I recommend inserting some sort of cardboard or piece of wood inside the bag so that when you start painting, the paint won't seep through to the other side and create like blotches on the other side of your bag, or even worse, it might stick your bag together, which is not ideal. So I've inserted some plywood inside the bag just to make sure it doesn't stick, but a piece of cardboard should do the same job. This design actually took quite a long time to paint. I actually managed to watch all of When Harry Met Sally as I was painting these little checkers on, mostly because I really took my time. I really wanted to make sure that the corners were really sort of perfectly done because I wanted the wave warp of the checkered to really flow and shine through. The paint I am using here is actually a fabric paint, so I use a white fabric paint. This is just one we had lying about the house, and then I mixed in other acrylic pigments just to, you know, create pinks and blues and things like that. I thought this white fabric paint was okay. I definitely, if I had more of my white Winsor & Newton acrylic paint, I would have used that because I found that the fabric paint wasn't very pigmented, but obviously if you get a higher quality fabric paint, it'll probably work a lot better than it did for me. But overall, I thought the coverage of the paint was decent, and because it was mostly for the background colours, I think it looks fine. For my second design, I've been doodling clouds in my sketchbook with little faces on them for ages now, so I really wanted to do a more sort of free and loose painting on this tote bag, so I mixed a very pale blue paint and just painted on different sized clouds, and later on you'll see me outlining them and filling them in with little expressive faces. I painted both of the designs on the same day, so when the pink one had finally dried, I decided to draw on in pencil little flowers, and then I painted them in using acrylic paints for this. So the center has like a really nice yellow that I mixed with white and yellow Winsor & Newton acrylic paints, and then I created another pale blue, not the one that I used for the clouds because, as I said, it was kind of translucent, so I wanted very opaque petals to stand out against the pink checkered, so I used acrylic paints to create this blue. And once that paint had finally dried, I went in with my Posca paint pens. I have a blue and a pink one, and I draw on little happy faces into the flowers because I thought that would be super cute. And now for the best part of this whole design, and that is peeling off the tape. That is always the most satisfying part. I love peeling off the tape. And now back to the cloud design. Now that that's dried, I decided that I didn't like the edges of the clouds because you could still see the pencil that I had drawn them on with, and I kind of wanted to cover it up. So I used a dark blue to outline the clouds. I think overall it looked fine. I kind of just wanted the pale blue and not a dark outline, but in the end I think it turned out pretty cute. And just like with the flowers on my other design, I really wanted to put little faces in these ones, but in the other one I made all the flowers really happy, but for the clouds I decided to do different expressions. So we have, you know, happy ones, we have shocked ones, we have sad ones, angry ones, all my emotions of 2020 in the one tote bag. And the final step that you're going to want to do is iron your tote bags to make sure that the paint that you've used is permanently set into the fabric. So for this I use just a hot iron set to like a medium to high heat, and it's dry so there's no steam coming out of it, and I protect the paint using just regular baking paper. Here you'll see some of my other designs that I did during the week. So I actually painted a total of 4 tote bags, but the first 2 designs, the footage of all that got deleted somehow, which I wasn't very happy about, but you'll see them here at the end. So for me, I spent about 3 to 4 minutes really slowly going over each design to make sure that the heat was really penetrating the paint and making sure that it was permanent. And here are the finished tote bags. I think they turned out really lovely. My favorite ones have to be the pink checker design and this little sunset design that I did earlier in the week. All of these tote bags will be available in my shop very, very soon. I don't exactly know when yet, but if you want to keep up to date with my shop updates and also just see sort of more behind the scenes of me making things, follow along on my Instagram account because I'm much more active and up to date over there. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you give it a go, and if you end up painting some tote bags, tag me in your pictures because I'd love to see how they turned out. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!